While we're on hockey, I think Vince had something to talk about
just
the
a
Kings.
couple of things, with regard to the Kings. Obviously, the expansion draft is next week. So over the weekend, all 30 NHL franchises have to submit their protected list. And then the Golden Knights have a couple of days to sort of interview players, see who's on the lists that they might be interested in, decide what's going on. So once the list is submitted, there's no trades, no waivers. Everybody's locked in. You're just locked down. Mm-hmm. So any trades that are going to happen have to come before then. And then on the 21st is when the Golden Knights submit the list of players that they've picked. And again, it's one from each 30 teams. So they have to pick a goaltender, 14 defensemen, 9 defensemen, 14 forwards, and 3 goalies. So that's how they make up their team. And again, it's at least 20 of them must be under contract for the entire 2017-18 season. There are certain parameters, guidelines, 60 to 100% of what the projected salary cap is. So they can't just take a bunch of guys who are cheap. They have to take guys with bigger salaries to meet those requirements. So there are things that they're allowed to do, like trade. So say the Kings say, look, we don't want you to we can't protect this guy, X. So we don't want you to take him. So in exchange for your guarantee that you won't take him, we, for instance, they are suggesting that Dustin Brown will be traded to them for, their promise that they won't take anybody off of their list, or that they will take Dustin Brown off of the unprotected list. And then the Kings will also have to give a first-round pick, and then they'd get some sort of things to get around it. But that seems to be getting some traction. The Dustin Brown to the Golden Knights. Obviously the other guy is Gabrick, who another big contract, a little bit older. Who the Golden Knights might consider taking or trading for. Just because of the salary, that they want to meet their threshold. If they want to go young, they still have to get guys who have certain experience and have a salary that meets that 60% requirement. So that could happen, and those things will be happening in the next. Today I think, or yesterday was the last day for teams to ask players with the no movement clauses to waive them. So if somebody says, I have a no movement, can't trade me or put me on a protected, an unprotected list. Today was the last day for those guys to waive that. And I haven't heard any news on anybody who's waived their no movement clause.